how do we give 2020 the finger? What is up, you guys? I have not filmed in a really long time. I don't want to do like a really long intro, but I did want to just tell you guys how much I love this community. For every single one of you who reached out to me to look after me with regards to a video that I posted a few months ago. I really appreciate every single person who contacted me to alert me to some stuff that was going on. So I really want to just say thank you so much. This community is amazing, and I'm genuinely really grateful and surprised by the community and how tight-knit it is, and how we really do look out for one another. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you guys looking out for me. So let's get right into my reveals. Obviously 2020 has been a really difficult year for everyone across the board, and I think that it has been traumatizing at best for some of us, and it has been devastating for others. And I think because of that, I found myself in a really strange space. I was sitting around looking at all of my beautiful items, and while I stared at my beautiful items, I had a moment of, but I'm not using any of them. And it literally made me sick. I literally felt sick to my stomach, because the way that I looked at it, it was just money sitting around, and it honestly made me sick. And while staring at all of my beautiful items, this question entered my mind, and it was, what are you actually using? And I honestly could not pinpoint a single thing that I was actually actively using. There are a few things that I am using, and I will make a video with regards to my most used items. And while asking myself that question, I could only come up with one item that was getting regular use, meaning 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And that was this item over here, and that is the Tiffany beaded bracelet. That was my only luxury item that I was actually getting actual use out of, and I will honestly say it is a piece that I've gotten so much use out of since the moment I purchased it. I never took that bracelet off. I shower with it, I wash dishes in it, I vacuum with it, I do everything with it. So that bracelet is always on my wrist, and I absolutely love it. And honestly, it made me look at my entire collection, and I realized I went about my luxury purchases all wrong, and I literally felt unhinged. Unhinged, you guys. And at that point I realized, you know what, I'm going to focus on Cartier. And so I thought, I'm doing it. I felt unhinged. I could not sleep until I had Cartier on my wrist. So I started watching all kinds of YouTube videos, everyone who had Cartier bracelets and stuff. And you know, I will say that my rings actually do not get daily wear. I don't wear rings here at home because I'm constantly washing my hands. So these, all my rings always come off the moment I get home, and I do wear them when I'm out, but I'm not going anywhere. So these items have not gotten any wear at all. So I started watching everybody's videos. So if you made a Cartier video, I am certain that I watched your video. And so I did also talk to a friend of mine, my first luxury, Vivian, who really hooked me up, and she was able to get me an appointment at the Rodeo store. Now, the days leading up to me going to Cartier, I was just insanely excited. I could barely sleep, you guys. So I did make it over to Cartier, and let's get started, guys. So I knew I wanted a bracelet. I knew that I wanted a dainty bracelet. So I had a few in mind. I considered the Van Cleef. I considered some other items that I actually may still add. But the moment that I tried this one on, I knew that I had to have it. I thought that I would be able to resist it, but the moment that it went on my wrist, I could not. And the item that I'm talking about is this piece over here. And it is the Double Love bracelet. I really wanted a dainty piece. I kind of wondered if this was going to bother me because it wouldn't sit flat. I have worn this already, so I just put it in the box for you guys, but it does not bother me at all, and I really, really do love it. I do wish I maybe should have waited and tried on the other pieces, but like I said, I do intend on adding additional items. But yeah, this is my bracelet, and it looks like that on. Now this is a bracelet that I don't see on here that frequently. I really, really love the movement and the play on it. It's so, so pretty. So yeah, this is the item that I purchased from Cartier. So this item, I was not 100% sure that I was going to add. This was kind of a bonus item that I added, because the item that I actually went to go buy, that I knew I was going to buy, was this one over here. This is from my wish list, you guys. I've talked about this many, many times on here. This is the item that I knew that I wanted like several years ago. I had tried this on. Item that I purchased was this. This is the Love bracelet in the small size. The reason that I knew that I wanted the small was because I had purchased a dupe, and I did not like how, I liked how the dupe looked alone, but I didn't like how it looked with my dupe, with my other dupe pieces that I was also testing out. So again, this is an item that I have been wearing. I have not taken it off other than for filming, but there it is. I was also afraid that this would be scratching this, and truth be told, it does, which I'm not bothered. I was expecting these pieces to get scratched, you guys, so I am like, my intention is to wear them. It isn't to baby them, so I will wear them all of the time, because it is a lot of money to not just wear them and enjoy them. And I have been. These are really, really pieces that I have been enjoying so, so much. I did actually want to mention, because of black and gold style, I did purchase something that kind of I use on a daily basis just to keep it looking like shiny. It already looks like this, you guys. But yeah, and it really does help it, like when you start seeing scratches. I actually even used it on my ring, and I was surprised that it really brought it back to life. So yeah, this is a really, really amazing item I picked up on Amazon, and whenever it looks like it's beat up or something, I can just bring it back and it is shiny and so beautiful. So I'm really, really loving this piece as well. Now, the final item that I picked up was the main item that I wanted from Cartier, and honestly, you guys, if I had no other piece whatsoever other than this piece over here, I would have been really, really happy. So this item I was all set to pick up from Cartier, but the night before I went to Cartier, I couldn't sleep at all. And I thought, oh my God, wouldn't it be so funny if they had this piece on Fashion File for less? And like I've said, I have my best thoughts in the middle of the night, and so I headed over to Fashion File, and sure enough, you guys, they had this piece on Fashion File in the size that I had tried on, and it was going to be, it was going to shave off $1,000 off of retail, including taxes. And that was too good for me to pass up. And as much as I wanted to get this piece from Cartier, the savings were just too good. And it really worked out really well for me, because the piece that I purchased is the Justin Clue, and this is the regular, and that is the reason why I went with the small here, because I still wanted it to look feminine. And so I always knew that I wanted the regular Justin Clue. And like I said, you guys, honestly, if I had nothing else but this one, I would be so happy with my purchase. But I knew also that I wanted like a stack, and so I was able to purchase it, and because of the savings is the reason why I was able to purchase the dainty piece. So yeah, my favorite part about purchasing this pre-loved is the fact that this has the old closing mechanism. So I really love that it is the old one and not the new one. So while at Cartier, I did ask to try on the regular Justin Clue. I wanted to see the new clasp, because I have heard, I want to say 2 or 3 people here who picked up or have the new mechanism on this piece. And when the moment that I tried it on, literally the words that came out of my mouth were, "Oh, no wonder." I am not like a jeweler or anything like that, but I kind of understand why people are having problems with the new opening, just based on what I saw. And I actually didn't know that this one had the old closure. And to my surprise, it was the old one. I am completely obsessed with the fact that this is the old one. I really, really love it. It feels really beefy and secure. So again, it was one of those things that just really, really worked out for me. And I am so thrilled, you guys. I will say also, though, that when I tried this bracelet on initially, I tried it on with the small Justin Clue, and I didn't like how it looked together. I felt like it was, because I am plus size, it looked too, it looked like it kind of the equivalent of wearing a shirt that's too tight. It just didn't, it was not the right size for me, for my scale. So I always knew that I wanted the regular Justin Clue, and I did try this on in a size 18. And separately on another day, I want to say when I bought my Justin Clue ring, I asked to try on the regular Justin Clue, and I want to say I tried it on this arm, and I said I needed to try it on in a size 18. So they brought out a size 18. Do you guys know where I'm going with this? So when I went to Cartier and I tried on the size 18, they brought out a regular Justin Clue, and I kind of told a fib to the sales associate. I told her that my mother was going to be giving me like her Justin Clue, and she said, "Oh my God, that's so exciting, congratulations." She said, "You know, we can totally polish it for you." And I thought, "Oh my God, that's amazing, thank you." And then before I left, she said, "What size is your mom's bracelet?" And I said 18. And then she said, "Oh, because the one that I brought you was a size 17. And then I thought, oh no. So I was really bummed out, because I really did like how the stack looked, because you're supposed to buy one size lower, which drives me crazy. I really think that they need to stop and just resize everything. If the 17 goes with the 18 Justin Clue, then they just need to make the size match. It's so confusing. But anyways, so yeah, this is actually not the recommended size for like stacking. So this actually does overlap, and it does scratch my bracelet. So does it bother me? No. I love that there is fluidity to the stack, and this one sometimes ends up over here. I do like that this comes down like a lot lower. And I also like that this one, if I choose to just wear it on this arm, looks really nice singularly on my dominant arm or hand. And I don't mind putting it here. There's actually a part of me that just feels that this one deserves to shine by itself and it doesn't need to be stacked. I mean, I love it stacked as well, but I love the fact that I have the option to move it to the other arm, and there's still fluidity. So I do love that for me personally. But yeah, you guys, I feel just like it's like one of these feelings, like there's such a relief to have these off of my wish list. There was a real sense for a really long time that I was never going to get these. And I think that whenever you think that, you won't get the items. But this year has been really, it's been like a dog, you know what I mean, for most of us. And I think that I really needed, this 2020 could not go down this way for me personally. You know, like when my kids have a bad day or anything, I need to make it about something else, and it can't be about the bad thing. And this year cannot be about all of the bad things that have happened. And so I really wanted to change the narrative. And it might not make sense for some of you, but it just made a lot of sense for me. And so I'm really happy that I have these, and I feel just thrilled, and that I spent money on something that I'm using every single day. So that totally changes things for me. And don't get me wrong, like I love handbags, but I thought that if ever there was going to be a good time to focus on something that was non-handbags, jewelry was definitely the way to go. And I'm kind of like in that space right now. But yeah, I did pick these up. These were gifts from my husband, you guys, for the most part. And I do really love that he gifted me these. I love the love bracelet, right? It's such a meaningful piece. But I feel that the Justin Clue is too also very, I love that marriage is a lot of work. And it's been a really hard year, so there's so much significance behind this piece for me. I've always said that I really love the Justin Clue, so I'm just really happy to share with you guys now that I do have my Cartier pieces. Do you see? It totally went. So this one obviously doesn't overlap, but this one will. But it will go down here, and then it doesn't keep moving once it comes down here. So for the most part, I do try to keep it down here so it's not injuring anything. And on occasions too, I am playing around with these a lot. So sometimes I will put this one over here, because I gave my daughter my Tiffany beaded bracelet, and I feel really like odd not having something over here. So we need to fix this situation. So I did also want to make a quick mention to everyone who participated in my polls. You guys, that was like real time. I was still, you know, I was really excited about going to Cartier, and for me the polls were like, could I be swayed? And it was really interesting to see the results of a lot of my polls. I will go ahead and like put them over here between like handbags and jewelry and the different polls that I took. I found it very, very interesting and telling that I was really sure about what I wanted, so I wasn't able to get swayed. There are items that, you know, I like towards the end that I put that you guys did sway me, but it was non-jewelry items. So yeah, I really appreciate you guys for participating in that. I actually thought that nobody would, and I was so surprised at how many people actually did participate in it. So I really do appreciate you guys. I was so excited to go to Cartier. But yeah, that is it for today, you guys. I really appreciate you guys watching, and I will chat with you guys later. Bye.